Today we're recording for Casper TV. It's a new project. Not new, it's been going on for a few years. We're building up the database for Casper TV. 5-minute splits. And it cycles through the database of all of the sessions. When I'm not here, tomorrow, my day off, we come in the studio every other day now in the end of summer, August 2020. I wanted to see if I could do this for 30 days straight. Come in here one day and work on the loops. That's the goal. Not really to freestyle. Not really to talk. It's to work on the piano loops. That's the goal. I believe I could do it every other day. That's not a big deal for me mentally. Physically, it becomes an issue. We just have to make sure that I know where I'm at all times. But just sitting here, it's a stab in pain. I feel like I need to be vocal with everyone. Just a quick note. Equivalent to how we've felt it at one time or another, you know. Pain is pain. Doesn't matter who's feeling it. Shit hurts, right? None of us have cherry flavor pain or grape flavor pain. Ew. We got one kind of pain, man, and that's our downfall at times. With love, we talk with ourselves. That's our best friend, and there's nothing wrong with responding to yourself out loud. The way how I think of it is our personality is what makes us who we are. And the personality, think of it as a little guy, or just, doesn't have to be a guy, you know, it's a spirit. So the spirit comes in and now you're animated. Your body comes to life with you. When you laugh, it's your laugh. You could have gotten any of these bodies on the row. Everyone has their own body by chance, by even when they're born, you know, countries. Well, that's why you're born where you were born at, because it was random. A split millisecond. And now you're here. With also a random, who are you? Now, not in a random place anymore. And not lost. You have a home and a set of instructions. These set of instructions only appeal to you, your guidance people and the people around you. Everyone may not have the same exact people to raise them. They might be in the same area, but they're different. Versus you take someone's parents and guidance 5,000 miles away on the other side of the world, who drives on the left side of the road and not right, vice versa, whose laws are just a bit different, and therefore your personality adapted into who you are. Your personality didn't make the choices you make today. The way how you were configured through life, that is how we are configured in life. And that's why all of us are unique, but we all have a voice. We have a mind that can think for our own. We got views. And that's a beautiful thing about being alive here on Earth Assist. After a while, it gets gooey, and it's hard to use it. So this works great. It's been a while since I used them, you know. Still here after the coronavirus. Don't believe in the hype. Someone was saying to my wife, one of her friends, was like, if Joe Biden wins, all this coronavirus stuff could magically disappear. Conspiracy saying. I'm like, never thought about it. Could be right. Oh shit. Is that mine? Mm-hmm. Nice. Green apple. I like it. Thank you.
Got alcohol for you too.
Okay. Damn, yo. I guess that's the key. Because when I met her, it took $20 to put gas in her car that she needed to get to work. And then I gave her the credit cards back. And she likes to do numbers, and not too bad, man. The secret, just give in. Give in and let them, not give in, but we all are here for something. And I like to do what I like to do, just like you, in an environment that I like to be in, that likes what I do. So if you want to get close to someone, or try to, you have to blend in, not become or change, but see how they're living life, because it's just as correct as yours. My difference is mine's here making music. Other people are there just getting home from building buildings, so they hang around that kind of group and that mindset. and vocabulary, slang vocabulary. We're all different. And one thing nice about the internet is it will teach. The internet will teach the world that there is more than just the reality you are living in. And it's like a simulation. I didn't know what that was growing up. They kept on talking simulations. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to describe to you. It sounds bad, it sounds awful, but it's a simulation. I'm living a simulated life of someone who is programmed to have bad back, so let's go through that, and has a deep passion to be in here near what he does, whatever that is, and replace you or anyone, where it needs to be replaced. And we're all the same, basically, at the end of the day, with a few, exceptions. But we all bleed red. We all have emotions. Some of us have more emotions than others. And that's perfectly fine and okay. Where it doesn't become acceptable is where people say it's not okay. There's a time and place to be funny. You don't be funny at a funeral. You have to be quiet, humble, sincere. When you're at a comedy club, you gotta have comedy. You can't be sad and sincere. So you play the game of life for a building to be structurally strong. All the pieces that made it a building matter. Like they're in the place where they're at for a reason, like the joists, and even how planes are made these days. I was rewatching old videos of aviation, the Australian Aviation School, Austria, something back in the 1930s when there was no aviation. And the mindset people had on airlines and planes, and then it got more widely acceptable. People had contests of what planes could even be planes. If you look at some of those planes that these real smart inventors thought would fly, you'd see, stupidity. But once they were able to fly the bow wing plane, I think a child these days, you say, draw me a plane. A scientist 100 years ago couldn't draw you a plane. Even our intelligence has jumped up tremendously. Like, we're living in great times right now. Never had, pumped water into the house except for the last 100 years. And this world's been here how long? Electricity, same thing. Internet, 30 years. Recorded media, like MP3s, even less than that, out of a world that's been here millions. You need to be excited about this life that you're a part of. And yeah, it's changing way fast and people don't know where it's going, but this is not how the world always used to be. Even 100 years ago, this whole planet was in the dark ages. It was no fun to be living back then. There were wars, rapes, there was no streets, no stores, air conditioning. There was leaders, and if you didn't follow them, you were dead. There's no such thing as freedom of speech. If you spoke out and was a poet, you were hanged in front of a crowd. Even 200 years ago, that was the norm and the majority. And I think people forget about that. We live in 2020. We have a lot of opportunity, and you can't just throw it away because you got a few more shootings. 200 years ago, there were no such things as cities, so we're not going away. We will adjust and evolve. Humans are great at sacrifice and change when they need to change. So I believe the world will continue on at least another 500 years if you look at it from that perception. We're just the beginning. I'm a rock star. I'm Elvis. In 1,000 years, when recorded media, I'm a granddaddy when it comes to freestyle. There may have been a lot of freestylers out in the world, but I'm a guy who may have a chance, if I play the cards right, to be one of the, like Michael Jackson's, purely because in history, today no one cares about the popularity of what it was in the 50s. You know, if someone had a big collection and the majority of it was good, it would stick around. You know, people would tolerate it longer. So that's what I'm thinking of. And these royalties only lasting 180 years tops. I feel it is a great investment because I'm investing in the times. I'm investing in the future, basically. My future. And that's truly the word for it. Because it takes time. My goal is to have 10 albums by the end of this year. And you know, I believe that if we stay on the pace of every other day type of thing, 4 hours, 4, 8, focused on loops, a lot could be achieved here. I haven't showed you the step. Y'all heard me making the loops, but those are not the beats. I mean, you heard beats, but they're not the beats. If you heard the beat strips, there's 5 beat strips in like a session, or 6 beats. So in each beat strip, there's 5, 6, 8 instruments. And so the goal is not to mix with itself, but mix with the other beat strips in your session. So the more loops I have of everything in the database, it's a push of a button and it's called up, matched, placed in there, easy. And there you have a start, because again, it has another process. too. Alright, so when we're ready, we can do that. Before we start though, I'm remove this table and put this long board here. Set the stuff on it so I can get back to all my chords. So I might do that. Yeah, I don't hear any distortion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so let's play this acapella video. So we got that going. Yeah, as we play it, I'll make the swap here. Entertain you as the main screen. And also on the agenda today is some light construction going on. We're gonna hang the green screen like a shower curtain so we can pull it back and forth. And then that'll, cut this off. Just give me